I went to university, and then for a few years I was dancing in traditional companies, and I got tired of just doing nice shapes on stage. And while my pirouettes started improving, my mind started deteriorating because it wasn't being challenged. So I wanted to try and bring the stuff that I found stimulating that I was studying in university and that I think is interesting about life, about politics, what I see outside the dance studio, into the space. The word dance has a whole lot of negative connotations for most, I think, thinking people. The aesthetics that pervade contemporary dance and ballet are often about pointed feet. Now, what does a double pirouette, which is those turns they do, what does that really say about love? Why do you see it all the time in classical ballet? Why do you see contemporary dancers doing a piece about neurophysics and they're pointing their feet and flinging their leg up by their ear? Really, I mean, there is so much rubbish that is paraded around. It's like the emperor's new clothes. And if you've been, like me, a dancer with, I think I work with something like 30 different choreographers, you know that most of it is a bit of a con. All my performers are trained dancers, but I want to make a form of theatre that I can draw in anything if it's the right thing to say what I need to say. It's about being specific and about being accurate. So if I need to use a song rather than words or movement, then I'll use a song. If I need to use a piece of video footage, and we use some archival video footage, there's nothing as powerful, if you're talking about Theo van Gogh being murdered, than seeing a body lying in a street, Amsterdam, covered in a white sheet. Do we do that on stage? Or sometimes documentary footage can say what you need to say for that moment. I don't want to be laden with past works. I'm interested in making work that's very contemporary, that's happening now. And once the work is done, then it's over and it's finished. And sometimes we record it on film, but more often than not, we don't, and that's the end of it. It really is live theatre.
Do you want your kid gonna be a gay or your daughter gonna be a lesbian? Do you want your kid gonna be a gay or your daughter gonna be a lesbian? Of course not. So we should kill them or put them in prison.
Is there a language of stage performance which speaks to us of the qualities of its medium? Deviate is a dance collective, challenges the perception of what dance can and should address.
What can't you say in the 21st century? Since we were children, we were told, you can't say this, you can't say this. We go to school, the teacher says you can't say this, you can't say this. We get a job, our bosses say you can say this, you can't say this.
The themes really of multiculturalism, freedom of speech and Islam are critical to this piece. My concern sometimes under the umbrella of tolerance, we will accept views from minorities that we would not accept from extremists within white British society.
So we can all accept that there are restrictions on free speech. Pure free speech exists nowhere on earth, nor should it.
Why can we not challenge Islamist preachers who are preaching hatred towards other religions, towards saying that women are less than men? Why are accepting Sharia courts that do not give women the same equal rights as men in terms of divorce? Religions, like any set of ideas and philosophy, are open for debate, especially, and this is where my position is, especially where those beliefs oppress others.
Let me give you just one example. There's a book by a very well-respected American academic called Jette Clausen. It's called The Cartoons That Shook the World. The Danish cartoons. The only thing is you can't see the cartoons that shook the world, right? Which may seem a bit odd. She had a contract to do the book with a reproduction of the page of the newspaper in which the cartoons appeared, plus some images of the Prophet Muhammad that appeared in historic Islamic art. Yale UP, a university press in America, reneged on that contract, citing fears of security. Now that to me is a pretty chilling example. And this, it seems to me, needs to be resisted with all the vigor and determination at our disposal.
I think most reasonable people think there's a great value in diversity, multi-religious, multi-ethnic societies. It makes it richer and, for me, more interesting. But how do we work together? How do we progress? How do we stop the tensions that have arisen worldwide?
What should we not speak about, even though we can and may? Now, number one, what can't we speak about without being killed or going in fear of our lives? Here I have to say, I think Mehdi really understates the problem. Because there are now hundreds, possibly thousands, but certainly hundreds of people in free countries who live in fear of their lives because of things they said about Islam.
The subject matter is quite tricky, and I think for a lot of people from minority backgrounds, it's tricky to talk about these issues because they're very sensitive. But I've assembled a great cast, and they're very involved and committed to this piece. And I think one of the things behind it, we actually have 2 people from Muslim backgrounds within the company, and they, like me, want a tolerant society. So they're very open-minded, and at the same, they can have their faith and belief, and also believe in human rights.
Just need some company. What? You think that's fucking funny? All right, big man, how you doing? Are you doing good? Nice one. See me? I'm a man. But I'm telling you, I've never been this fucking desperate before. I'm writing all these letters. Where the fuck's it applies, eh? Have they seen I'm low up the price and all over the fucking second class stamp, eh? Oh! There are people in here. Know what I mean? Look at it. They're all liars, mate. You're fucking liars, you get me? You see what I see? Yeah. You still fucking laughing at me, eh? What? You want a wee bit of this, eh? You like that, eh? What about that? Come on then.
because you're a man. Do you trust me? Because I don't trust you.